Hello, this is Toby Rush, and in this video we're going to talk about how Braille Music Notator saves and opens files. Because Braille Music Notator is a web app, it doesn't work necessarily exactly like other applications when it comes to saving files on your local hard disk, but it can do that. It's actually fairly simple if you understand what it's doing. I have a score that I've entered into Braille Music Notator here. If I want to save this to my local hard disk, I can go over to the File tab and select Save File. That will save it. Let me just name it here. That will save it in a format that's specific to Braille Music Notator. This BRM format is not a format that other programs can open. It would just be nonsense to them, but it is a file format specific to Braille Music Notator. The reason for this is that Braille symbols in Braille Music Notation, the standard Braille symbols that are used actually can mean different things depending on the context in which they're used. And so this BRM format saves that context so that you can save your file, and when you do it, since it's in a web browser, it saves it in the downloads folder that you've specified. And then if I were to open that up again, so I'm going to go to a new file to start fresh, and that's just to clean off the score here so I can prove to you what I'm doing. I'm going to go to Open File now and select that file that I just saved, and you can see that it opens right back up in Braille Music Notator. This way you can save your work, open it later. You can open it on a different computer simply by opening up Braille Music Notator and opening that file in there. Now, if you want to save a file in a format that other Braille music technology can read, specifically if you want to save a file so that you can print it or emboss it on a Braille embosser and turn it into a physical sheet of Braille, then you need to use Export File. When I click Export File, it saves it in the BRF format. This is a standard Braille format. It's understood by most software and hardware that can read Braille music. And so if you save it in this BRF format, then it's ready for you to take to an embosser or open up in another program that understands Braille. The issue is that it doesn't save the context, and so it's a simpler format. And if you're creating it in Braille Music Notator, if you want to be able to open it back up in Braille Music Notator, the best thing to do is to save it as the BRM file. I'm going to save this as a BRF file, however, to show you that Braille Music Notator can open BRF files, and when it does that, it tries its best to interpret what the Braille symbol contexts are. So if I click Open File here and I choose to open that BRF file, so again, this is the one that would normally be used in other applications or with other hardware. If I open that BRF file, Braille Music Notator is going to try its best to parse out which symbols are meant for what. And you can see that when I do that, it actually does a pretty good job here. The only thing that it missed was that it put a 4 here instead of the letter D. That's because the Braille symbol for 4 and the Braille symbol for D is actually the same symbol. If I switch to Braille here by typing Command B, you can see it's dots 1, 4, and 5 here. That is the symbol that means 4, and it also means D. The way to fix that, certainly the easiest way, would just be go here and click D. But you can actually cycle through the different possible meanings of that cell by using Command or Control R. And what that will do is it will go through all the different possible interpretations of that until it wraps around to the letter D. That's the something that you may need to do if you open up a file that was created in another Braille program. Like I said, Braille Music Notator does its best, and that's something that I'm trying to continuously improve about Braille Music Notator so that it can be more intelligent in how it opens up those files.